The respiratory system. Overview of the respiratory system. We need oxygen to survive. Our breath brings this vital element into our bodies and in exchange eliminates carbon dioxide, a waste product that the body constantly produces. The air is warmed and travels down the trachea until it reaches a place in the chest where it divides into two bronchi. The bronchi divide into tinier and tinier vessels within the lungs. The lungs are the location where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place within balloon-like sacs called alveoli. Our respiratory tract automatically brings in the elements we need and discards those we don't every second of our lives. We don't even need to think about it. Most of the time, we aren't even aware that we're breathing. What you're breathing is affecting every cell in your body. However, what we do have to worry about is what is now in the air that wasn't there before. Chemtrails, formed by a process called aerosol spraying, have deposited high amounts of aluminum, barium, strontium, and vanadium in the environment, and scientists have documented this. Pristine lakes and streams, and even beautiful places like Hawaii, are not pristine anymore. They are contaminated with these heavy metals. Aluminum interferes with neurological functioning, and if too much aluminum is in the body, then the cells will eventually shut down. Barium interferes with calcium absorption in the body. Strontium in high doses destroys the bones. Unless you detoxify your body on a regular basis, your health is eventually doomed. There are herbs that will detoxify and support the functioning of every organ. A lung cleanse is essential for your health. Do these cleanses every year for at least 6 weeks. The only way you can know what your levels of heavy metals are is to do a hair analysis. Herbs for respiratory health. Respiratory ailments are some of the most common illnesses in the world, and they're rising. Colds, sore throats, flu, allergies, and sinus infections are rampant. Serious lung ailments such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, COPD, and lung cancer are among the leading causes of death in many nations. Lung cancer is one of the top 10 most common cancers. Fortunately, herbs that improve respiratory health are abundant, inexpensive, and readily available. Many of our common kitchen herbs contain potent natural chemicals that strengthen the respiratory system, fight infections, soothe sore throats, and relieve coughs. Nibbling on a fresh leaf of parsley, dill, or fennel freshens breath. Oregano, thyme, and basil are antioxidant powerhouses that fight infections. Pungent garlic, ginger, onions, cayenne, and horseradish clear stuffy heads and calm ear infections. Sage relieves sore throats. Let's take a look at 3 kitchen herbs you could use the next time a family member gets an upper respiratory illness. Chinese star anise, Illicium verum. Chinese star anise has a very interesting history. Recently, 90% of the available herb on the market was purchased by one major drug manufacturer. The herb was used to produce a product called Tamiflu. Tamiflu is used to limit the intensity and duration of influenza, including avian flu, also known as H1N1 flu. This purchase created a lack of Chinese star anise, as it takes about 8 years for a Chinese star anise bush to produce the useful star-shaped herb. Be careful to make sure that the star anise you purchase is true Chinese star anise. True Chinese star anise is fragrant and has no more than 6 or 8 of the little points coming out from the center. Chinese star anise is used in several types of foods, such as fruit compotes, pork and other meat dishes, and sweet recipes. It is also an ingredient in some liquors and Chinese 5-spice powder, which is used in Oriental cooking. I also include it in potpourris as it smells lovely and adds decorative interest. Medicinally, Chinese star anise has been used for centuries in Asian cultures. It's used by some cultures to prepare gripe water for babies with colic. Chinese star anise is considered a warming herb. It's also an antispasmodic. These herbs soothe coughs and relieve cramping and pain of the digestive system. Chinese star anise has expectorant properties. The herb is used whenever a spasmodic cough with thick mucus is a problem. It warms and thins the mucus, making it easier to get rid of. It quiets coughs so that a person can get needed rest to heal. It may be prepared alone as a standard decoction or combined with other herbs for respiratory health. This herb is useful when children are sick, as it has a sweet, pleasant taste that they generally like. Teas taken for respiratory illnesses should be taken hot because the heat will help relieve congestion. Local honey added to medicinal teas with lemon or other citrus fruits provides additional healing benefits. Horseradish, Armoracia rusticana. The Latin name for horseradish, Armoracia rusticana, sounds a lot like rustic armor. That is exactly what horseradish is. It is an old-fashioned, coarse-looking, powerfully protective herb. If you live in a temperate zone, it is easy to grow. Just beware that it spreads vigorously. If you grow your own, be prepared to work hard harvesting, as the roots grow quite deep. For remedies, you may use either a fresh root or ground, bottled horseradish found in the refrigerated section of your local grocery store. Most people know horseradish as an ingredient in seafood cocktail sauce, Bloody Marys, or as a side for roast beef. While those uses are tasty, it's also a powerful herbal medicine. If you have a stuffy nose and head, just sit and grate a horseradish root. By the time you're finished, your nose and head will be clear. Horseradish has been recorded in herbals that are hundreds of years old. I use it in blends for the respiratory, urinary, and immune systems. A warming herb, horseradish is a rich source of vitamin C and several minerals. It promotes healthy digestion and circulation, and it's rich in antioxidants that help detoxify the entire body. Horseradish contains elements that may relieve depression and fight cancer. It's an expectorant and decongestant, and it contains antibacterial principles. It works great to relieve respiratory and urinary tract infections. Horseradish also promotes sweating, which helps to reduce fever. Because horseradish is such a strong medicine, medicinal use is not recommended for children under age 4 or for people with stomach ulcers or those who are pregnant or nursing. It may be consumed as desired for dietary reasons. If a person has a fever, upper respiratory infection, or congestion, horseradish may provide rapid relief. Sage, Salvia officinalis. Sage is terrific in stuffing for the Thanksgiving turkey, and it makes fine medicine too. A research study found that a spray made of sage and the herb echinacea was as effective in relieving sore throat as some commercial medications that contain an anesthetic drug. Sage is a great herb for the respiratory system and for health in general. It's antibacterial and brings benefits to the entire body. In addition to people suffering from respiratory conditions, I often recommend women experiencing hot flashes try consuming 1 to 2 leaves or a quart of tea made as a standard infusion. It may take a couple of weeks to work, but many women find that sage relieves the hot flashes very well. If you drink the tea for hot flashes, consume it cold or at room temperature. Not everyone cares for the taste. If you don't, try making the tea as a soup using a chicken concentrate or bouillon instead of just plain water. Another option is to make herbal capsules. You can purchase manual capsule making machines and empty capsules at natural food stores, herb shops, or online. They're inexpensive and great for preparing custom blends or herbs for people who prefer capsules to other forms of medicine. Sage has been used for centuries in several cultures across the globe as an herb for longevity. It gently warms the body. I frequently, but not always, use warming herbs for respiratory illnesses, as many respiratory conditions are the result of fluids becoming stagnant. Tissues essentially become waterlogged and do not drain, causing discomfort and illness. Sage, along with other warming herbs, gets fluids moving and healing. The Latin word salver, from which sage derives its name, translates to the phrase, to be well. Sage can make you well if you have a sore throat, laryngitis, or are congested. It reduces spasms of the chest and digestive tract. Sage soothes by reducing inflammation and swelling. It is one of the most valuable herbs that I know of. One way that you can start preparing yourself for this task is to start noticing the qualities of the herbs. Chinese star anise, horseradish, and sage are all considered to be warming herbs. In many healing traditions, the herbal qualities are well defined. If you know the qualities of an herb or of a health condition, you can choose remedies based upon what you have available. The best way to determine the qualities an herb possesses is to thoroughly chew a small amount of the fresh or dried herb. You may also make a tea from the herb and let it cool to room temperature, swishing it around in your mouth to see what its actions are. Most herbs have multiple qualities. With practice, you will become quite skilled at recognizing herbal qualities. You will then be able to customize your herbal blends to treat symptoms that are unique to the person in your household who feels ill. Thank you for watching. The next video will delve into more herbal tea recipes for the respiratory system. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe. Your support is my motivation to create.